Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Pacific Gamers Club podcast. Today, if you guessed it, we are going to be talking about video games. I am Mack. I'm going to be your host today, and I'm joined by my guests here. I got Noe with me, Nathaniel, and Nate, all the way from Fiji. I'm from Fiji as well. I currently reside in Hawaii, but born and raised Fiji. So, welcome to the podcast. Just gonna be talking some chill video games, or like our gaming history. When we started playing games and stuff. What are our favorite games, and you get to know a lot more about us. And we want to do more of these shows. So in the future, I want to do like hundreds of these episodes. So, check out our YouTube channel. I'm gonna be putting these episodes on podcast as well, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the episode. So for now, I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna start with Noe. Noe, like give us like a brief introduction about yourself, when you started gaming. What were some of the games you loved growing up, stuff like that. Go ahead.
Okay. Me, I started from Super Nintendo. I started from Super Nintendo. Um, Played almost every Terminator game from Super Nintendo, but I wasn't really a serious gamer until I think PlayStation One, the PlayStation One era, where the what you call it, Final Fantasy Seven when it came out. Because when Final Fantasy Seven came out, I was like actually around Form no, I was actually on Form 1, I think, or Form 2. And back then, we had an English assignment. And our English assignment was that the teacher said, it's either if you have a PlayStation, put your hands up. And if you don't have a PlayStation, and then you don't put your hands up. So all those who had a PlayStation, I started putting my hands up. And he goes, those of you PlayStation, you get a copy of Final Fantasy 7. And he had this big box, heaps with Final Fantasy 7 on it.
Oh,
And he goes, you guys' assignment is to take this home, take a copy home, and he'll give us 2 months to finish it. After we finish it, we write our review, like a whole essay about the game and what we think of it and all that. So those of us who had like PlayStation got that, and those who didn't have PlayStation, it was a book. I think it was a Stephen King book he gave them, and they had to read it and then write their opinions and thoughts about it. I tell you, this was back in Form 1. And then from there, I was looking at the game. I was like, "What the hell is this? Final Fantasy?" Because the games I heard from back then was like, I think Time Crisis and all this stuff. I've never heard of Final Fantasies. And even when I got home and I started playing, I was like, "Damn, this game sucks." But then I had to play it because it's for school. It's for school, and I was forced to play it. So then I started like just plowing through. I hated it. I didn't even understand what the game was about. The whole strategy time. What do you call it? RTS? Oh, no,
yeah.
not RTS. Role playing
Turn-based.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, the turn based. I've never played a game like that. So that's when I started playing it, and then it got up to this too, and I was getting into it, and I got to school, and I started talking with the rest of the mates who got it. I'm like, "Where are you guys up to?" And then we started like bonding. Everybody, like those of us who had the Final Fantasy 7 started bonding together. We talked about it so much that we got so obsessed with it. And by the time we finished it, wow, man, we got all A plus on our reviews of it. We got A plus. And then from that moment on, like I think that's what changed me, and also gaming. That's when I knew, oh shit, this is what I'm missing. From a casual gamer to somebody who's really in love with like gaming.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of my history. From there onwards up to today, like I've been just like playing almost every single game that has been coming out. But that was my turning point into serious, like you know, into storytelling and all that kind of
Yeah.
games.
That's actually pretty cool. Never knew that. Never knew that story. So that's why you were such a big fan when the remake came out, and you were like,
Yeah, yeah,
just all the crazy stories and everything. And
yeah,
what you said
exactly.
about like being that one game is like, I think it's like like true for most people. Like for me, it was Max Payne, the original one.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
when I
yeah.
played the game, I was like, oh man, like games, like the stories, the all the gameplay mechanics, man, they all clicked for me. Like I was fortunate to grow up with my brothers being like 8 years older, like older than me. So when I was young, they would go out and buy all the games and everything. So I never had to like beg my parents or like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they. I was I
We've
was
always had
really
it.
I was really spoiled. Yeah. So yeah, like PlayStation 1 was probably like what got me interested, because my brothers were buying like Tekken, Final Fantasy. I never played 7 because my brothers went and bought Final Fantasy 8, and it had 4 discs. We barely got to the first one,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was the end of that. So yeah. uh, well, enough about me. I'll switch it back to Nathaniel. Just yeah, to give us the brief history about where you started.
Okay, cool, man. So where do I start? Man, I guess yeah, PS1. That's where it all started. Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid.
all
Yeah,
the classics.
I guess it was, yeah, all the classics, man, all the classics, And then yeah, slowly from like being on PlayStation, then I got my hands on the Game Boy Advance, Pokemon. I got into all of that, man. I guess like every stage of my life, I was like going through like just like evolving in like all the different on the other like platforms, and like just trying out everything. And then I went on Xbox, and then when I got into like yeah, Halo, and yeah, shit, I don't know, man.
So like a long like rich history, yeah.
Yeah,
Going to
it's
the
like
generations,
I
yeah.
was like, okay, I'm gonna try everything, I'm gonna try everything, and then later, um, so that was pretty much like casual gaming, and then I got into like competitive gaming, sort of, like when Battlefield 3 came out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that when when Battlefield 3 came out, that thing like changed everything. Like, oh, it was yeah, it was crazy. I got into like semi-professional kind of gaming clan on PlayStation. They were like, I don't know, based in Australia, so they're like an Australian clan, and then we'd have like full on like tournaments, like that sort of thing. So that was like my first taste of like competitive gaming. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You still do that? No. Fell off.
Nah, it's just that was like, yeah, that was like, I don't know, man, maybe 5 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah, 5 years ago, and then
it's pretty
got
cool.
out of that.
um,
Got out of that. Yeah.
Battlefield used to be like, I remember like Battlefield 3 and then 4. I think 4 was a bit bigger. Like, but I remember people being so pissed about Battlefield 4. People loved 3 a lot more. And I
Yeah.
remember those days. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, but gaming is like there's so much history. Like even I sometimes forget. Like, man, where did I start? Like, what were the games I played? Like, it's like so many years. And well, for our last guest, but not least, Nathan, how about you? I think you have a much more different take on our gaming issue than most of us here. So yeah, go ahead.
Um, well, so for me, it's actually a bit similar to noise. My first memory of gaming came from like Super Nintendo that me and my cousins, like we would like rotate it like through our cousins, just like a couple of months, we'll like play and then like just pass it on. So yeah, that was like my earliest memories of gaming. And then the first video game console that I owned was PS1. And yeah, just playing games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Tekken, Gran Turismo, just all the games that Prouds would have on their in their
Yeah.
catalog. Yeah, and I guess I've I got PS2 after that. I think during what was it? Yeah, when Halo 2 came out was when that was what changed for me. I played at a friend's place, and then yeah, next thing you know, I'm just hooked. But I never owned uh, an original Xbox. I used to play at my cousin's place. He had one. At the time, I just had the PS2. So, like my parents weren't gonna get me another console just because, like I wanted to. So I used to play Halo 2 and Halo 1 at his place. And then the 360 was what I got. And when I transitioned into Xbox. So yeah, got into uh, Halo 3. And I think that's when like I started like getting into competitive gaming. Like just one day, I think I did well in this like random match, like this random lobby, and then next thing you know, I'm getting invites from these guys who are actually pretty good. And then they were like playing like MLG settings and stuff, and this was the first time I was sort of like introduced to like that sort of esports scene. And like I started, checking out videos on YouTube and stuff, just to see what's all this MLG and stuff like that, what it's about. And so it kind of like, yeah, it pushed me into like, trying to do better and, just like, um, yeah, be a bit more competitive in my game style and stuff. So, yeah, and then
So mostly you've been like a Halo guy, right? Like first-person
for,
shooters.
yeah, at least for the past 15 years, I guess,
Oh, that's
like
a long
solid,
time.
like Halo.
Do you like prefer any other types of games besides the shooters?
Um, I think ever since I've gone shooters, I haven't really gone back. The only time I might have played some games like just remakes, just so
Mm.
that I can relive like those childhood
Glory days.
memories. Mm.
Yeah.
But
So the latest news, which I'm sure you're aware, is like Halo Infinite got delayed. It's like it
yeah,
was supposed to be coming out in a couple of months in November actually, since Xbox confirmed their console will be launching in November this year.
mm,
So we've talked about it before, like how the reveal was, and then there were a lot of memes, a lot of positive criticisms, and so like what's your take on it now? Like, how do you feel about the delay? I'm sure it's disappointing, but do you agree that they should have done it?
I mean, obviously, the delay is just so that they can work on a few things, if not a lot of things. But I'm fine with it. I wouldn't have minded playing like the game as it was. Like a lot of people were complaining, like graphics wise or the art style of the game is like, it's like a bit too animated and stuff. But I was fine with that, and yeah, I just hope that they take the time to work on, what they need to make the game hopefully be great. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But hopefully the devs aren't in like all total crunch mode. It's they've been like developing this game for 5 years, and
Mm.
that famous quote. What is it like? A bad game is forever bad, but a delayed game can eventually be good. so so hopefully the devs
Yeah.
figure it out. So
I mean,
so
look at
yeah.
Cyberpunk. That's been pushed back, what,
Oh man, if
almost.
Cyberpunk gets delayed one more time, I don't want to hear about that game. Like I like want to shut it off until they release. Like I'm gonna wake up one day and it's like, oh, it's coming out today. I'll be like set. Otherwise, can't handle one more delay, man. Well, thanks. Well, thanks guys for sharing a brief history of where we come from, what our gaming heritage is, and let's just keep on going. I want to just keep it casual, much more like so. So we're gonna ask you guys like, what have you guys been playing recently, like for the past few couple of weeks? Noel, what have you been playing? I know we've been playing a lot of Fall Guys, and
Yeah.
you recently had like a good playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still playing through Ghost of Tsushima every night whenever I can. Also been having fun with Fall Guys and a Rogue Company. It's a new multiplayer game that just came out. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about some like Apex and Fall Guys, whatever you wanna. No, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm Now I'm playing. If I still had my OPS4, I would have been
Indeed.
playing Ghost of Tsushima, trying to platinum it. But
Oh,
since
right,
it's
you
gone,
haven't platinumed it, right?
yeah, I was close to platinuming it, but since it's gone, like now I got a new PS4. Like, is it worth it to like re-download just to get the platinum trophy? Since I've finished the game, I finished the game and all the side quests and all that. Now it's just the collectibles and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe down the line in the future, I'll probably re-download it and try get the platinum for it.
Well, the file size not too
Uh,
big, yeah. So it's
yeah,
like,
it's what 30 GB.
yeah.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Now I'm playing. I'm trying to get back to the Persona 5 Royale.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. That's why I'm so happy. Like even though all these big titles have all
Yeah.
gone past, like I still got a lot of big backlog to go through. So I'm actually quite really happy with that. So I got Persona 5. I still have not completed, and Persona. It's like I'm jumping between Persona and since now it's this Fall Guys, and especially like with busy times like this, everybody's always busy. Like you always want to come back home and just like and just play something that is easy to pick up and play instead of coming back and then because I know if I sit through Persona 5, I'll probably sit through Persona 5 for like 10 hours straight.
It's
So that's why
amazing
like I come
game,
in
man.
like it is. So it's got good vibes, that's why I get drawn to it all the time. And so now, like normally I play now just Fall Guys, Apex. The new season is coming out. Too bad I lost the other PS4, which had my Call of Duty in it, or else I'll still be playing Call of Duty. But damn, that is like a large freaking um, file size to like actually download right now, man. Like
Oh,
what
it
is it,
is.
200 GB?
Yeah.
So now I'm just like stuck with Apex and Fall Guys for now. And then probably when my time frees up, I'll probably jump back to Persona 5 and finally finish
Yeah.
it.
I mean, Persona 5 still my game of the year this year, but man, that game, like I beat the original Persona 5, took me 130 hours. Then I went back into Royal, like another 135 hours. Man, it's a time commitment,
And
but
you got
man,
the platinum, man. You got
eh,
platinum.
I got the plat, man. Man, most satisfying game ever. When you get to the ending, it's just like worth it, worth those hundreds of hours. Yeah, Fall Guys, as you said, yeah, I like Fall Guys. Like, oh man, just so if you're stressed out, just go play Fall Guys for
Yeah.
like 30 minutes, scream at the assholes who try to keep grabbing onto you, and then you just feel much better. You feel so much better.
Right.
Okay, anyway, so like, yeah, I'll move on to Nathaniel. So of what you've been playing, man. Before we started the stream, you were like playing a lot of cards, so I'm guessing you were playing a lot of cards.
Yeah. Before, I was with Noah. Noah, we were like doing a lot of Apex.
Big time, man. Big time.
Yeah, man, we were like what, Apex OGs or something. Yeah, like season one.
We were like the OGs of Apex.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then I guess when COD came out, then then I've hopped on that and I've just been on just COD since season one and like battle pass after battle pass. Just grinding that. But yeah, besides that, I like hop on to like COD mobile. Yeah, like
No comment.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I have like a COD addiction.
So like how are the new seasons? Like I haven't gone back to COD anything for like the past 2 seasons. So like how have they been like have they been improving or just adding more skins or just more maps? Like
Yeah, lots of weapon rebalancing.
mm,
Like they've been doing lots of weapon rebalancing. New skins. Yeah, they're just pumping out the new skins. But I guess every season they're trying. As seasons, they're always trying to theme it around
yeah,
something. So every
yeah.
time skins pop out, yeah, there's always like a new season, like theme around it. And what else? Like COD, so like COD Mobile, like when it first came out, it was like a totally different sort of COD. It was more like Black Ops, all the previous CODs like combined into that, right? So as the new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare sort of like evolved, trying to like they've decided. I think they're going along the lines of like tying in COD Mobile with the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh,
So
really?
the new update that's coming out on COD Mobile, surprisingly enough, is totally uh, a mobile version of the Call of Duty,
Oh,
Modern
also
Warfare.
100 GB,
Like,
yeah? Buy a new
by the looks of it, they got that they got the whole like gunsmith thing.
Oh,
They've
nice.
introduced the whole gunsmith thing. What else you got? Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing on the mobile.
And I've been wondering, so like there's like a tease of a new Black Ops for COD coming out with like launching with the new consoles. So I'm so curious to see what they do with Warzone. Does Warzone keep its own thing, or they add it to the new game, or like there's like Black Ops Warzone and there's the Modern Warfare Warzone.
That I think that's actually interesting, yeah, because like you don't know how are they gonna do it, like are they just gonna continue to build on this new continue to build on this Battle Royale thing, or are they gonna like cut it off at some point?
Because
move on to
Black Ops 4 also had like Black Ops 4 had like a Battle Royale mode, right?
Yeah, it did.
But then they just like blackout, I think it was. So and then they just phased it out, like slowly phased it out. Doesn't exist anymore. And now we have Warzone, and I'm guessing that just kind of do the same thing, man. But the thing is that like for Blackout, you actually had to buy the game. Warzone was free, but you had to get the game just for the single player stuff and like TDM if you just want to play multiplayer. So probably, you know what, that's probably what they're gonna do. Or they just Nathaniel said they'd probably just push a massive update and then merge. Like, hey, this is Warzone, or it's like a Black Ops Warzone or something like that.
They could definitely go along that path and just just build on it like how World of Warcraft, you know what I mean?
They just updates until it's 1 TB, and then they're like, and they stop selling the game. They just sell the game on a hard drive. You take the hard drive, you plug it.
New expansion, new expansion. Hey,
crazy. Okay, so Nathan, so what have you been playing? I know you just got a PC, and we're actually supposed to stream Halo together, so I'm gonna get that set up so we both can stream from the first Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, and since Infinite is delayed, we have time. No need to rush to that. So so what have you been playing, Nathan? More Halo, I'm guessing.
Like in the past year, I've kind of been playing just a bunch of games, like pretty much what these boys have been playing, but on Xbox though. So last year played a lot of Apex, even on PS4 as well. Played with Noe and a bunch of other boys on PS4. That was great. Played some Destiny. Like I grinded like 2 seasons, but the last season that I stopped playing it, I like really went all out for that and just doing raids and stuff like that with my clan. Managed to find like a good clan, and they were like everyone's great there. When Modern Warfare came out, we were playing like almost daily for like 2 weeks or something like that. Like a bunch of local boys. Like it was really fun, man. Hopefully like we can get something going on again like that. So and then just like Halo 5, which is like my go-to game. When I got the PC, I probably was playing Halo 3 with like a bunch of my friends that I had been playing Halo for years ago. And
because you were telling me most of your friends had PCs,
and
you were on
so
Xbox.
so like these friends, they had switched to PC like probably like 10 years ago and stuff. So they weren't gonna go back to console, because
of course, PC's
and all of that.
PC's best, so don't blame them. Just a matter of time, Noe. Build that PC, bro.
So finally got to reconnect with them, playing some games that we love, and been playing a bit of that, and just switching between like really Call of Duty, Halo 5, and Halo 3. But looking forward to jumping in some campaign with you
Yeah.
and trying to finish
Oh yeah.
the
I'm
Halos.
excited. I'm
Maybe
excited
on
about Halo, man.
Legendary. Let's
Oh,
see. Because I
well,
know that I
I'm
grinded.
I'm the pro, man. I'll probably get creamed by the AIs, and everybody will probably, oh, look at that guy, he sucks.
Yeah, I managed to finish like all the like Halo 1 to 4 like legendary solo. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can do
Well,
this.
when you have no games on Xbox, you gotta depend on Halo, yeah. Oh, just but it makes me think, like you were talking about Destiny, then you got Apex, you got Warzone. Man, so many games nowadays just require you to put all your energy, all your hours, all your efforts, just grind,
Yeah.
grind, grind, grind. Because I remember, like, I know I've played Destiny, I've played the Division 2, like all these games feel so right, like Apex, from the Titanfall devs, like Titanfall 2, loved it. These games feel so good to play, but for me personally, when it gets to the grindy nature of things, I just like sometimes just fall off. Like Division 2 is like one of my favorite games from 2019, right? And anytime if I'm like take a break and I'm like I want to go back and play, I do a mission and I'm like 10 pieces of loot and I go into my inventory like, what are the stats on these? What do I have? Should I delete this? Do I need it for crafting? And then like, you know what? I'm just gonna close the game and not think about it because just like yeah. And so what I'm gonna tell like I played the Avengers beta this last weekend, so I've
Nice.
been really curious about the beta, and I was like, "What is this Avengers game? Is it fun? Is it not?" So I played it. It's just like a beat 'em up, smash 'em up. You keep spamming square to hit. You got some special moves or whatever. And then I went to the loot section. Like, what are the gear? So whatever gear you get nowhere, it doesn't show it doesn't show your character. It just shows stats. What your character looks like is all cosmetic stuff you buy from the store or you unlock using the special coins or whatever. So that's one of the things that Anthem had. Like Anthem, like you have this good looking suit, yeah, and you think, oh man, I'm gonna like outfit it with different kind of cool looking gear. Nope, it looks like the same gear, just different stats. So uh like Avengers is gonna be so big because it's made for casual fans, people who just want to jump in with their friends, mess around, beat things up, and then just jump out. I think it's gonna be big for them. But like hardcore players or players who like look for gameplay mechanics or like love looter shooters or things like that, man, Avengers is just plain simple, and that's like it's like a 7 game if it's lucky. So yeah, I was like pretty disappointed, and plus it runs like ass on PS4. It's like so blurry, got motion sickness. I'm like, I can't do this. and and you when you think about Avengers, you think of Hulk, right? And you're like, man, I was like so excited to play with Hulk, and then I had one mission with Hulk, and I was so bored. I was like, oh, you enter a room, big guy, smash, 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 like literally smash with Hulk. Go next room, smash, smash, smash. So like the most interesting character was Captain America and Black Widow because they played more like you had tech skills, you were jumping around, doing fancy moves, stuff like that. So I mean, if you're curious about Avengers, that's just my like brief take on it. It's like they're gonna have actually open betas. I think this weekend the beta is open for everyone on PS4. You just gotta download it and play. And then they'll have another beta next week, which is also going to be open for everyone. You can play it on PC, Xbox, or PS4. So like, yeah, if you are still intrigued, like download the beta. I think it was like 30 GB though. So
Okay, no, no, thank you.
so
Pass.
it was like a big game. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably the time you download the beta.
The
By the time you
game
download the beta is going to be over. Yeah, all
beta
the game
ends.
will be out. So,
Exactly.
It's one of those times.
One of those times. But it has happened before. It has happened before with one of my friends. You were like, "Oh, get up!" Like, "Oh man, we're gonna play the beta," and it was like downloading. It was the second day. I was like, "Dude, this is done." He's like, "Oh wait, 75% done." Third day, bro, my download crashed. I gotta start
Oh.
the way. That's bad luck. And so going back to what Nathaniel said, now he was saying like he asked a question before the stream, like what is going to be the next genre-defining game? You know, because I think the two come into mind recently is the Souls games. The Souls games, there have been so many copies of From Software games, and the Battle Royale genre, which has just exploded since PUBG, and then exploded again when Fortnite.
Say it, yeah.
When the Fortnite curse came upon us. So I've tried a lot of VR games, man. For me, it's really hard to get into Battle Royale because, as I've said before, you know, the grind. But Apex was the one I really liked because Apex played a lot like Titanfall, and Titanfall's like my number one shooter. Like, and right behind that is like Doom Eternal. So like being Titanfall fan for so long, playing Titanfall 2 when it came out, like religiously, like I love that game. So like when Apex came out, all the DNA was there, and I'd love to actually I know I downloaded Apex again on my PS4 and on my PC because I want to go back into it some more since we have so much time now. So I just wanted to like go around and just ask like from all the Battle Royale games you have played, like what's been your favorite? So how would you start, Noah? Like what's been from all the Battle Royale games you played, what kind of gameplay mechanics you love from whatever game? So yeah, just basics.
Okay. Battle Royale. I'll go with PUBG. I like PUBG because of this how simple it is. Like it's not complicated as like other battle royales where you have like what you call them skills, powers, you know, like special abilities and all these different types of gameplay mechanics that makes the gameplay better. But then I just like PUBG for how bare boned it is, you know. But then now I can't get into it because you just can't find anyone playing PUBG.
Really?
Like you hardly find anyone play. Yeah,
Oh.
you hardly play. That's why I uninstalled it. I uninstalled it because I just hardly find people. And then when I actually play and I think I'm actually good, only to find out later it's AI. Like it's all bots, you know. And I'm like so upset when you find out the last guy you were up against and it was a big fight, and you finally win it. It was a bot. I'm like damn. So I uninstalled PUBG, and now I'm just sticking to. I used to play Call of Duty or Warzone, but I didn't really get into Warzone as much as what you call it, as Apex. Apex is probably what I've put in more than probably 3,000 hours into Apex, and still going. That game is just so addictive. Like every spare minute I get is Apex. It's always Apex.
How many have you
and
won?
Hopefully,
like any idea how many you've won so far?
Probably 1K wins.
Nice.
Like lifetime wins. Lifetime wins.
Yeah, lifetime, of course.
Yeah. And yeah, that's about it. Like season 6 is coming out soon. Hopefully, crossplay will be there,
Oh yeah.
so I can play with Nate and everyone else. You know, that is on Xbox and PC. Yeah, but let's see. 3 days to go, or was it 4 days?
Oh, it's soon? Yeah, it's this month.
Yeah, soon.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the crossplay.
They said later this fall, yeah, but didn't give a date for the crossplay. So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully by the end of this year at least, yeah.
Exactly, man.
Can get those. You can finally experience all the talented PC players with the cheats and the hacks. It's gonna be a fun time on those consoles.
You need hacks, contact Nits. He's got you covered.
Kala probably banned so hard right now. Probably banned from Apex already. Okay. Moving on to Nathaniel. Like I'm probably just gonna guess it's like COD. Warzone has been your favorite VR, right?
No, actually, hang on. I would say Apex. Like, yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know, man. Like, cause I didn't really get into the whole battle royale thing. I mean, I just played maybe 1 or 2 games of PUBG, and I was like, man, this is stupid. This is dumb. But then it's just because I sucked.
It was really buggy too,
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like really buggy game.
Yeah, it was
PUBG
really
was.
buggy,
Yeah.
the graphics sucked, and I was just like, how do people play this? Man? This is shit. So then I think Fortnite, came out, and it was like, oh, big deal. And then I played, I played some games of that, but then the whole building mechanics, if you're not good at that, okay, and then I just said, okay, this is a stupid game. This is another stupid build. Okay.
Yeah.
When Apex came out, I was like, whoa, this game is fun. Like, how do I put it? It was like, even if you lost, even if you lose the game, like, it's still fun. Like, you just keep on playing,
I
and
think
then
the fun thing about Apex was always the movement. Yeah, like I loved like moving around in that game. Like and you have this fun characters too. Like for example, like as Nathaniel said, you shoot someone in Fortnite, they build the Eiffel Tower, and you're like, huh, what to do now?
come on, man. If you can't build, I think you just like die in Fortnite. It's like,
exactly.
but like I mean, like Noah said, like, I know, like Apex, I think that's my that'll be still my all-time favorite battle royale. Like, I mean, Call of Duty Warzone, it's good. Graphics wise, gameplay. Like, I guess like Warzone's more on the tactical side. Like, if you don't have a good team, you're just you won't get to the last circle. You know what I mean? But for Apex, like, you could join randoms and still have fun. Like, who cares, yo?
Yeah, I think plus with COD it's that the familiar gameplay too. Yeah, like people have been playing COD since the Modern Warfare 4 days. When COD really got popular, and that gameplay's pretty much been the same since then. So I'm sure it's like really easy for many people to get into. And so also, so we were talking about like, what if Halo gets a battle royale game with the delay too, and it was probably rumored too. Nathan, do you play BR games? And what if Halo got a BR mode? Would you play it then?
I don't know if I've told Noe this, but so it was actually his gameplay. Like, he uploaded a video last year. I think it was gameplay of him and Nate, and that's what actually drew me into Apex.
Before
That
we
was like,
before you go on,
Oh,
wait,
which Nathan?
Noe, what's your what's your YouTube channel? Do you remember? What's your YouTube channel name?
I think it was Fiji Gamer. Yeah,
Is it
Fiji
Gamer? Okay.
Yeah, F1J1. F1J1 Gamer. Yeah.
All
But don't
right.
check it. Nobody check it. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. There is nothing there.
No. If somebody's like really into the show and want to go do their research and dig up the video Nathan's talking about, you can go and check it out.
Oh, it's embarrassing times, but
no, man. You should.
we'll reboot it. We'll reboot it probably later.
You should restart that channel. Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, keep going.
No, so I saw the gameplay and I was like, this is interesting, because I mean, I'd seen PUBG, Fortnite, and those games, they just didn't resonate with me. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna touch this. But after watching Apex from Noise video, it kind of like, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so that for me was, I actually stopped playing Halo for like the longest time that I'd ever stopped. And so I played that game like for probably like 4 or 5 months straight, just grinding it. And obviously, like, he can tell you, like, that one is like, it was a grind for me. Like, after even finding out that there's this whole leaderboards thing and stuff, like, I know like a bunch of us wanted to like stay on top of the leaderboard and stuff, and so
toxic.
It was a grind. So I played that game for like quite a while, and I must say, like, I enjoyed like that. I've played Warzone. To me, Apex is still king of Battle Royale.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Can I just add something? I don't know
Sure.
if you guys could can back me up on this, but like getting into Apex, did you guys feel like it was like really balanced, like a balanced game, like off the start? I don't know, like
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
it feel like that? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like
it
It
did feel
was.
like that. I mean,
very
like,
minimal
yeah.
like bugs and problems, like everything seemed like it was just fluid,
Yeah, I think it
it
did like
worked.
a really proper launch. Yeah, they rolled it out and it just kept going. It wasn't like a build up
Yeah.
hype or anything. They were just like, hey, the game's out, play it and try it out. Cause
Yeah, it was like a
yeah,
surprise. It was a
surprise, yeah,
surprise.
yeah. And like as I said, like I didn't really play many BR games. Like I wasn't a fan of Fortnite or PUBG. So when Apex came out, I was like, yeah, man, this is the Titanfall devs. This is the original Call of Duty devs. They're making a BR game, so I tried it out, and
Mm.
and all the guns felt good. All the guns were from Titanfall, so I was already familiar with everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The movement was king, and I like I'm forgetting the name, the robot with the hook shot. I love that dude. so yeah, man. Apex did feel really balanced. Is it still the
So
same? Because I haven't checked into
Yeah,
Apex.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
still the same, still the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't really touched it this year, man. Like probably I just updated maybe 2 seasons ago and I tried it out, but then I don't know. I think that was during the time like they were switching between maps or something, and I don't know. I just felt like out of place, like for some reason. But like, yeah. Apart from that, like the friends I used to grind with, just went online as well. So that kind of like
And
Yeah,
also, could I add something? Like
yeah. Go
like
ahead, good.
back then, like Apex, like we, the whole of our group, the PC and the Fiji gamers too. Like everybody, we used to get into the same chat party, to the same party, and then you'd have like almost like I think probably more than 12 people, and then we get into the
yeah.
game, and then we time it, and then we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
get into the same, we get into the same lobby. And then what we do, we go to one area in Apex, like they, like almost like 20 of us, and then we just play like no guns. We just box each other out. It was so much fun, man. It was so much fun. Like
Yeah, I remember
all
that,
local,
man. That
all
was like
locals,
pretty
man.
fun.
It
yeah.
was all
Yeah.
locals, and then we had these matches like, okay, everybody's outside of this building, and we are watching in from the window,
I
and then
think
two
there's
people are
video.
boxing.
Somebody
And
recorded that, right? There's
yeah, I think it was
video.
I
I
think it
think
was
it was
me back
you.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Check
then
out his
two
channel
people
on
inside,
YouTube, eh?
and then two people will be inside, they're boxing it out, and then we're commentating from the outside. Oh, it was so much fun, man.
Yeah.
Those times. I don't know what
Okay.
happened to us though.
Got
Yeah.
old.
Got
Got
old.
bored.
Oh man.
Man, I
Nice.
don't think
So
like
yeah.
the. Oh, sorry, Nathan, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man. So I guess it's safe to say, out of all the BR, I think we can all agree that Apex is like, up there, like maybe 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10
Yeah,
so far.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's definitely the better Battle
Yeah,
Royale
most
for me at least.
interesting too. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's gonna be another genre-defining, for video games like BR games, because it's not just like it's like Norway just proved, like it's not just you go in, it's all competitive stuff. You go have fun, build friends and like build friendships and then do stupid shit online with them. And I remember, like, man, when Fortnite was big, like everyone was talking about it. And I was listening to other gaming podcasts, and they were like saying, you know what, their kids don't even go into Fortnite or Apex to play the game, they just go to hang out. They just go talk shit on their mics and play, chill, and then they go to school the next day, and that's all they talk about too. So, man, I don't know what comes next after this one. I think this was not a fad like people were saying. It's just gonna be a fad, and it's just gonna die out. Then nobody will care about VR games, and now people are making VR games in interesting ways, like Fall Guys, and there's other games that are coming out like different ways. I mean, Tetris 99 came out on the Nintendo Switch, and it was you literally playing against other Tetris players trying to eliminate them. Whoever went the fast or got the most points, people were getting eliminated. So there's like
Oh, that's interesting.
people doing like making different ways to play battle royale games. So yeah.
Don't tell Nits about it. He's gonna hack it. He's gonna bring out the cheats.
Hey, so you were asking about the Halo and if there's gonna be a BR. I think they
yeah.
actually confirmed that there wasn't going to be a BR.
They did, yeah. No, we were just talking like now that they're delaying it and we have no time frame. They just said it's coming out sometime in 2021, and if they finish the game and they're like, you know what, we want to make it more interesting, and BR is because they said that
Because
they're gonna keep updating the game. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because for Halo Infinite the multiplayer is actually gonna be free, eh? So I guess like that's the thing with BRs, you know, they've been like these free to play games, and like for like a game like Modern Warfare, right, where you had Warzone, the Battle Royale being the free game, and like you still have to pay for the full multiplayer. But yeah, they're just like giving the multiplayers are free to play, so that's
There
gonna be
was one
interesting.
of the rumors too. Yeah, they were saying like multiplayer is gonna be free, and then there were rumors that the multiplayer is not ready to launch anytime soon. They were just gonna be launching the single player stuff. So I don't know, maybe I mean it's such a weird game.
No,
Like
I
making
think
games is so hard. So
343 actually confirmed that the multiplayer is going to be
no,
free.
I know that they said it's gonna be free, but being free and ready is
Right,
two separate
right.
things. If what if they release Halo Infinite and they're like, you know what, the multiplayer is gonna be coming out 1 year later, so like see you then. That's not a good look for them.
man.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Halo shooting is solid. Like I'm sure if they do make a battle royale game, it's definitely gonna be popular. And seeing as it's on PC now as well, it's gonna be on Xbox. So yeah.
Mobile,
It was.
technically.
So yeah, go ahead, Nathaniel.
I don't know. I was thinking like if they do like go like along the lines of like a battle royale, they could maybe they could have it called, I don't know, ODST. Like how the ODST drop into the maps, and then maybe don't have like it could just be based around ODST. No like power suit or whatever. Like just drop in. They pick up your shit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It could work, man. It could work really well for Halo. I mean, that's like Halo is like the Halo 2 was like the OG multiplayer game, you know? That's where like it took off
Halo 2, man.
So there's like a lot of history there, and if they can like replicate that, I think it can be very, very successful. And then with VR games, then comes the esports tournaments money. Like if there's money to be made, I'm sure they're gonna do it. So yeah, that'd be really interesting. But anyway, we've talked a lot about what the games we love, and I'm sure we're gonna have more episodes. We're gonna talk about money, other different subjects, and this has been a really fun time. And I'm gonna wind up the show right now, and but this is not the last one we do. Promise, we're gonna have more interesting topics, more people on here. We might just have segments of just talking about Apex Legends or like Call of Duty, whatever, what have yous, different types of games, whatever. Like we want to have like different voices on here, and from from Fiji Islands, Pacific, wherever you are. If you're living in States, you're living in Germany, Japan, but if you're from where we are from, like write in, subscribe. We're gonna post this on our YouTube, gonna put this on podcast feeds, wherever you see it, like it, give us feedback. We want to improve our content, gonna keep making more and more, and gonna improve as we go. If you've been here with us throughout the whole show, thanks for watching, and thank you to our lovely guests, Noe, Nathaniel, Nathan. Thanks for sharing about your lives, sharing about your gaming interests, all of that. And thank you from me. And I'll be posting this. I'm gonna try to make this a weekly thing, weekly podcast. So I hope you stick around for the next ones we do. Thank you and goodbye.